You are looking at your credit report right now and it shows that you have a bunch of negatives on your credit report. It doesn't matter what kind, but you had negatives and you want to get them removed and actually see results like these, then you came to the right place. In today's lesson, I'm going to be giving you 3 consumer laws that you are going to put on your dispute letters right now so you can factually dispute all of those negatives and possibly remove every single last one of them extremely fast. I'm talking on the lines of 60 days. So go ahead, go and get your pen and paper. I promise you, I write right here, and I promise you want to stay to the end because this is going to be a really, really good step-by-step. And without further ado, let's dive in. All right, ladies and gents, and before we actually get to the actual computer itself so we can actually get to the step-by-step tutorial of what you need to do with these actual disputes, I want to ask if you don't mind hitting that like button for me as it helps my channel out a ton. I really appreciate all you guys' support. Now, enough of me rambling. Let's get back to this actual step-by-step. All right, ladies and gents. So as you see right here on the screen, I have an actual step-by-step which I'm actually going to be going over and you're actually going to utilize when it comes to the actual disputing process that we're going to actually take within the next 60 days to get everything removed from your credit report. All right, so we're going to start with number 1, of course. And the first thing I need you to do is actually obtain your accurate credit report. Now, I'm not talking along the lines of Credit Karma or even Experian in this instance, because sometimes those actual places will still not show you literally everything that is on your credit report. Even if the actual scores itself are still incorrect, sometimes they still don't show you all of the actual negatives that are on your credit report. All right, so the best actual places that you can go is actually MYFREESCORENOW.com, or you can go to IdentityIQ.com. And if you click the links below, you can actually get them right now. All right, these are the best places. Why? Because they show you literally everything and everything side by side, so you can see what is actually going on in your credit report. All right, you don't have to be looking through a bunch of pages and things of that nature. So when you actually do it, you're actually going to visit myfreescorenow.com and you're going to sign up, log in if you already have one, and then you're going to follow the prompts and request your credit report. And then you're going to ensure that all the information provided is accurate and up to date. So how do we actually make sure that everything is actually accurate and up to date? So, well, good for you. I actually have an actual credit report right here actually showing you what you actually need to look out for, all right? And once you are sure and you want to actually see that all the information is actually up to date, that goes into, of course, number 2, which is review credit report for negative items. So I have an actual credit report right here, and the information that you see right here is information that's showing you negatives that are actually on a person's credit report. So if you go right here, even if you start all the way at the top, you can see all of these actual accounts right here. This is Identity IQ, by the way. So when you go to this information right here, you will see the actual account name. Sometimes it'll be on the first page, but this actually goes to this one. U.S. Department Ed, you see that's educational, things of that nature. The balance, you will see the difference as when it was open, and you will see if it's current or not. So this shows that it was current, but then you see CO right here. Why do you see CO right here? Is because this is in a collection account, all right? But the weird and odd thing about it is, what makes it inaccurate is because why in the world is TransUnion showing that it's actually current, everything is up to date, but actual Experian is showing that it's actually current, but there is a collection account actually attached to this. And then Equifax is actually saying customers unable to locate consumer student loans. So that's showing that all 3 bureaus are actually experiencing and giving different information, thus not being actually accurate. And even when we go to a different actual account that shows any actual late payments or things of that nature, if you want to look for this, you can see something along the lines of CAF. I think that's a charitable account, if I'm not mistaken. I think CAF stands for that. But even the information that you see right here, you see the actual account number, everything's the same. You see all the information right here. Even the actual balance is the same. But when you see the actual inaccuracies that I'm about to show you, this is going to show you how things are actually not supposed to be, how they are on your credit report. So when you see right here, even in the beginning when it comes to payment history, you see that TransUnion never actually reported anything. Equifax didn't as well, but Experian showed that it was actually paid on time. That doesn't make any sense. But then the next few months, everything is all right. But then when you actually get to March of 23, you actually see TransUnion and Experian was showing everything was on time, but then Equifax never reported anything. That's not supposed to be how it is. Even in February, they're stating that it was 30 days past due, but then Equifax is showing that it's 60 days late. That doesn't make any sense because the month before or prior, you're showing that there was no actual information that was actually supposed to be or not supposed to be that wasn't reported. So which one is it? So as you can see right here, you see all of the actual inaccurate information on your credit report right here. So this is the information that you're actually going to circle. You could take a snapshot, screenshot of this, and you can actually utilize this as a weapon when you actually create your dispute letters, all right? So once you actually review the actual negatives that are on your credit report and you actually see all of them as far as late payments, collections, bankruptcies, liens, anything of that nature, again, you want to write them down. Just like I stated, you want to actually take a screenshot. You actually want to circle all the inaccuracies and you want to go from there, all right? So once we actually find all that information, we're actually going to actually dispute the negative items using consumer law. So the first law that we're actually going to utilize is 15 USC 1681 EB. And again, I don't expect you to remember all this information right here. I got you. I promise you. This is actually when we're actually going to go to the top, and I'm going to actually show you right here. So you see right here, it says 15 USC 1681E, compliance procedure. And if we go down to actual B itself, it states, whenever a consumer reporting agency prepares a consumer report, it shall follow a reasonable procedure to assure maximum possible accuracy of the information concerning the individual about whom the report relates. That means that everything on your credit report, as far as a consumer, everything is supposed to be accurate. There cannot be anything inaccurate. If we go back to what we saw, clearly there is a bunch of inaccuracies on your credit report, because I promise you, you're going to see something that is inaccurate. It's never always just super perfect, whether it's the date, the limit, the account number, payment history. It's always going to be something that's actually off, all right? And again, I don't expect you to remember all of this. I just wanted to get to actual B when it comes to accuracy of your report. Everything below it, if you want to read it, you can, but it just supports basically what I'm telling you right here, the accuracy of the report. Now, with that information being said, you're going to send out your first letter actually utilizing this, all right? You're going to use the credit bureau's information against them. So I know you're wondering, well, how in the world am I going to make the dispute letters my first time, or can I just use a template? Guys, you're not going to use a template. You don't have to buy anything. I promise you. Making dispute letters are extremely easy, and I'm going to show you right here because we're going to use something right here on this list. So this is round one. All right, and I put it in red so you can just kind of like decipher against the two. So again, you're going to put your name, your address, things of that nature, credit bureau's name, and then you're going to put right here, Dear Credit Bureaus, and you're going to write, of course, something sweet and to the point. You're going to say, I'm writing to dispute inaccurate information on my credit report, providing by, and you're going to put the credit bureau's name, and you're going to put pursuant to my rights under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, the FCRA, specifically section 15 USC 1681I, request that you investigate and correct the following discrepancies, all right? This is where you're going to put your inaccurate information, creditor's name, account number, and date reported. Account number, name, date when reported. So your date open, you have right here, you have the status, last reported, things of that nature. All right, and you're still going to actually put an actual snapshot of this information right here. And then when you keep reading, you see the information right here. You see it stated that above the account listed is on my credit report inaccurately. According to my records, I have never had an account with the mentioned creditor, and therefore the information is erroneous. All right. You can actually tailor make this if it's a late payment or bankruptcy or anything of that nature. You want to tailor make this for the information that you have going on your credit report. All right. Please understand that. I don't want you putting just this and sending it in, because I don't want somebody to beat you to the punch and then the Oscar system that the credit bureaus use are now using this and flagging this, stating that this is a template letter, and when you send it in, they actually use you as an example, and the person in front of you got everything removed, but they're going to use you as an example saying, oh, this is an actual template letter. We're just going to mark it, it's verified. And I don't want you to go through that, all right? Again, this is round one, basically putting the credit bureaus on notice saying, hey, the information that you're putting on my credit report is inaccurate. I need you to investigate this because this is not supposed to be on my credit report and it's not accurate, all right? Now, once you sent that actual letter off of all the information that's actually supposed to be accurate on your credit report, 9 times out of 10, or I would say 8 times out of 10, you're going to get a letter back stating that everything is actually verified. on your credit report. And this is where people start to give up, where they're stating that this is too hard and I don't know what to do next. But I have an actual solution for you, and this is what you're going to use next. You're going to still use the consumer law against them, because I promise you, you just back them into a corner. This is low-key a blessing in disguise. Why? Because this is where this law comes in. This is where we're going to actually go with 15 USC 1681 I-7. Now, stay with me. I know I'm throwing a lot of law jargon at you, but this is extremely simple, guys. I just gave you one law, now I'm giving you another. 1681 I-7. Now, let's go to it. And I'm showing you right here. It's basically a procedure in case of disputed accuracy. So when the credit bureaus actually state that something is actually accurate, and you tell them, hey, this information right here is not supposed to be there, yo, do you mind removing all of this? And they come back to say, nah, yo, it's verified, it's supposed to be on there, things of that nature. So your response for this, using this, is supposed to say basically, cool, if it's supposed to be on my credit report, then I actually want to get a full breakdown of the procedure that you actually took to verify that it was supposed to be verified, and the information that you have that's actually supporting your case, basically stating that it's actually verified. All right. And just to tell you about the information right here, extension of period to reinvestigate, except as provided in subparagraph, the 30-day period described in subparagraph A may be extended for not more than 15 additional days if the consumer reporting agency receives information from the consumer during the 30-day period that is relevant to the reinvestigation, because you're telling them to reinvestigate. And then I want to see all the work that you have basically stating that this is supposed to be verified. All right. So this is the information right here. Again, you can read this if you want. Again, information is right here, but I got you as far as the actual dispute letter. All right. This was round one. This is round two. All right. So you're going to put something even more simple than what you did the first time. So right here with all the same information, you're still going to put all your information, and you're going to write right here, I am writing to follow up on my previous dispute regarding inaccurate information on my credit report, as provided by, you put the credit bureau's name, whatever it is, despite my initial dispute and request for investigation under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, specifically referencing Section 15 USC 1681I, supposed to be 7, but you can just keep it at I have recently received notification that the dispute accounts have been verified, which they have. I would like to draw your attention to 15 USC 1681 I-7, which states that if a credit reporting agency cannot verify the accuracy of disputed information within a reasonable time, such information must be removed from the consumer's credit report, as if verified information remains inaccurate despite my dispute. I request that you take immediate action to remove the disputed items on my credit report. And then you just put your name, things of that nature, inaccurate information. And then you can keep reading from here, and it says, I attach the copies of my dispute letters, things of that nature, because you always want to keep a copy of everything. So again, guys, this is the actual information right here. So when they tell you that, oh, it's verified, they actually didn't do an actual investigation. So what I need you to do is actually send out this letter, and this is going to back them in the corner where they have to actually factually delete all the actual inaccurate information on your credit report. This is how you get everything actually off. People always stop right there when they get the it's verified letter, but that is the actual golden point, because again, you back them into a corner. This is the best thing that you want to have. Again, with all this information right here, they have 15 days to respond back, which they are not going to do. It's not enough time for them. All right. So the only thing they're going to do is actually send you back a letter, because remember, the time starts when you send off this letter right here. That's the time. So if it's day 1, you send it off, you don't get nothing back until day 30. They are over that threshold. Everything has to be removed from your credit report. All right. That 15 days is not enough. I'm telling you, they get millions of disputes, and they are not going to get to yours within 15 days. You got them. You're going to get everything removed from your credit report, all right? Now, is this 100%? No, I'm not telling you that. But I promise you, this is the direction that you need to go in, all right? I'm telling you, I just gave you 2 actual dispute letters that you can actually use and you can utilize, and you can get them to get everything removed off your credit report, all right? But I'm curious to know what you guys think. Have you guys used these consumer laws before? Have you not used them in your dispute letters? Do you have sometimes issues using your dispute letters? If you have any issues and you actually don't want to actually remove all the information from your credit report yourself, you can actually shoot me an email and we can actually discuss a free consultation to actually get you set up so we can get everything removed off your credit report, all right? Again, guys, this is a marathon, not a sprint, but I promise you everything is going to get removed off your credit report one way or another. Again, guys, I want to thank you guys for stopping by. I really hope this helps you, and I hope you get everything removed from your credit report. It's going to get removed one way or another, all right? But remember, stay diligent and stay disciplined, all right? Until next time, ladies and gents.